What gave you a culture shock? People have been talking and they have been loud. It's like, oh.
There's like a button for like extra time for people to cross.
Yeah, I love it. It's so good. Oh my goodness, you're smart.
Hey guys, it's your flashy fashion reporter, Kathy Cat. And guess what? We hit the streets and we asked culture shocks and we got new responses that I haven't heard before and I'm really excited about them. So let's go and ask foreigners in Japan.
What gave you the culture shock when you came?
Everything is just so bright and like gnarly, like very, very colorful, in your face, abrupt. I love the advertising. The advertising is my favorite. It's very to the point and colorful. I think that's like seeing all the color for the first time was very, very shocking to me.
Is there like one advertising like clip or anything you've seen you still remember because it was so crazy?
Yeah, there was in the taxi on the way here, there was this rabbit interviewing a woman. I don't know what that's all about, but it changed my mind on a lot of stuff. Changed my life. Yeah. I loved it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's always the same rabbit with lipstick, right?
Yeah, we're familiar now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's usually actresses that the rabbit with lipsticks in interviews or actors.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. That's what it seemed like, but
we had to fill in the blanks because we don't speak Japanese.
We're still trying to learn. So we're still. This is our first day here. So like we came here to do shopping, and then tomorrow I think we will go to a bar and have fun that way. So
you have your culture shock. I hope you have a different one.
Oh, I feel very tall here. Yeah.
Very tall,
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'8". That's relatively tall. Yeah.
So has anyone of you already hit your head on something or about to?
I hit my head on a shop coming here today. That was a little bit, I was not expecting that, but I have to duck my head going into a lot of the shops. It's a nice little ego booster sometimes, but I did hit my head a little bit,
Oh my God, the sushi is so good, obviously, but the food in general,
fresh. Yeah. It's very fresh and tastes like very like you're supposed to be eating it. You know, it doesn't taste very processed.
Is the portion size okay?
Yeah.
Perfect size because you don't have any left over.
Yeah.
You just eat all of it and you're good to go. That's how I feel, at least. Yeah. I think it's perfect.
I think like there are a lot of rules, like you don't know how to act, like you need to bow for certain things, and also you can't eat like while you walking, and sometimes I got disturbed and he knows more about us, so I'm like, oh Charlie, what should I do now? And so this is more like about the rules, like this is the rules about people and so on, like I am a bit confused sometimes.
Did you ever have the feeling like someone looked at you weird because you'd done something wrong?
I know, because like hopefully Charlie's there, but
Charlie's there.
I think like if he wasn't there, I got a lot of gaze. Like
weird looks. So like, why did she do that? So a lot of rules is your culture shock. I love it. Got one. What's your culture shock?
I liked how like there's an extra time for like older people. We're staying in Kamedo and there's like a button for like extra time for people to cross, and I thought that was like really nice. I think it should have been implemented everywhere.
Cool. Please explain that to people who've never seen an extra time for people.
Yes. So when like crossing the street, there's like I think people normally pass it quickly, but there's like extra time for old people, disabled people to cross the roads when you like press the button. So I thought that was really like, it's a small thing, but it's really important. Yes.
Did you see someone use it?
I did actually. That's how I found out about it. I saw him press it and I really liked it. I really liked the idea.
Honestly, those ones are not as common, so I'm glad you found those and saw those. Yeah, I haven't really seen those either.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm glad I noticed something different.
Yes, you did.
This is quite a difficult question for me to answer. I lived here for a brief time last year. I studied at, do you know Sophia University?
Oh my goodness, you're smart.
I'm trying to learn Japanese, still not very good, but these two asked me to come and translate for them and show them around. So a lot of the customer stuff I'm kind of used to, because this is my third time here, so I don't know, it's not really shocking for me anymore, so I don't know if I have one. Sorry if that's a disappointing
That's
answer.
fine. In that case, think back what surprised you the first time you came. Like, go back in time. There must have been something when you came here, still green behind the ears, no clue about Japan. What was a nice moment or surprising thing you experienced then?
Physical media. I love collecting things. I love like owning things in my hands. I love Japanese music, and I love collecting CDs and vinyls and things. And I just love how alive the disc market here is. Yesterday I bought, I think, a few too many CDs and vinyls and things. So I love coming here to go shopping and buying CDs of my favorite bands and things.
What was like the culture shock moment for you then? Like going into a store? Or?
Going into Tower Records, you know the huge Tower Records in Shibuya, and it's like 8 floors tall. There's no such thing in England. How obsolete technology. Like some companies still use fax machines and things like that. And I just love that, how it's still, some things are so modern, like it's so ahead of the rest of the world in so many ways, but it's still in touch with older technology as well. And I think that's really cool. And I wish other countries did that more.
Is there like an old school technical item you found here and you decided to like maybe buy or just look at?
Yes, I'm looking for a portable CD player. I think that would be really, you agree with me on this, that would be really camp. Just instead of just on your phone with headphones, having like a dead ass like CD player with like the wired headphones, I think that would be really cool. And occasionally you see that sometimes, people with like real CD players. I want to see if I can get one.
Retro, I love it. What gave you a culture shock here?
Probably how loud it actually is in Japan. There's the stereotype that like everyone's very calm and reserved and like it's going to be chill, but then sometimes we've like been on trains and people have been talking and they have been loud. It's like, oh okay, this is fine. This is odd.
Has this changed between the first and the second time?
Oh, I feel like it's noisier the second time. Yeah, I think it's been 5 years, so it's definitely, yeah.
What else gave you the culture shock?
I guess the same thing, but if I pick something different, I guess like the police. Like ironically with noise, we complained about a noisy neighbour and police came round, spoke to them and they shut up, and England could never.
England could never. And the presence as well, like just so many general policemen around. Like we've seen so many kobans, which we do not have in the UK.
Kobans are like police boxes that are like scattered around the city.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's kind of surprised us. And just seeing just police around, but because they're not British police, we don't feel unsafe around them, like I think we would in the UK necessarily. So that's different. Yeah.
So like the police has a very positive image?
Yeah, it's just hard to describe.
So they're like the nice policeman next door kind of image?
We went to our very first concert in Japan this time. It was at the Budokan, and yeah, I was so shocked by how organised it was. So when we queued up to actually get into the venue, everyone was just stood, organised, quietly, just on their phones, or I don't know, it was just chill. It was really chill. Yeah, it was really nice, whereas English concerts, it's so noisy, people don't move out of the way. Yeah, very different actually. Yeah, that is, yeah.
Concert. Yeah. Also then being in the concert, is there anything different? Like do people dance along or is there anything?
No, everyone stays pretty still. Like just reserved. Like I mean, everyone has the pen lights, of course, but it's kept very low, and there is a tiny bit of shouting out, but it's more like encourage nice things rather than being a nuisance. Yeah.
So in a way, reserved while lining up and reserved inside the concert too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Completely the opposite of the culture shock we just spoke about, where we said it was noisier than we expected.
So it goes both ways.
Yeah, it really does, yeah. Although, if you ever go to Budokan, please bring a pillow. Those seats are uncomfortable.
Okay.
Our butts were very dead by the end of it.
And I thought that was such a great venue.
Great venue, just very hard seats. So yeah, just bring a jacket or a pillow.
So what gave you the culture shock?
I think that I knew that it was going to be an introverted like kind of paradise, but it's so much better than I thought because I'm introverted. So I love the whole I can pay for everything by myself or I don't have to speak to people. This is the most thing that I like here. And yeah, I think that's the most the culture shock that I had.
Introverted paradise. Please tell me where you can pay by yourself or where you don't have to interact with people.
I think everywhere they have a self-checkout, especially at Convini. The fact that I can go 24/7 and I can just buy something and pay by myself and I don't have to interact with anyone is perfect. Yeah.
Have you already been to the ramen place for introverted people?
Oh, Ichira. Yeah, I love it. It's so good. The fact that they have booths for everything, I love that so much. Yeah.
Yeah, please explain for those who don't know. So there's booth per person. You don't have to be right next to someone. What else?
Yeah. So when you go in, you can just choose from the ticket machine. So you just choose whatever you want from. It has English. It has everything. So you can choose whatever you want. You get a ticket. You go, and it's a booth just for you. And there is a little window. You don't even have to see the people that serve you. You give them the ticket, and then they give you your food, and they close the window, so you're just by yourself, and you just eat, and it's just amazing.
Yes. No interaction if you don't want any. If you don't want to see anyone, talk with anyone, perfect.
Yeah, I love it.
What gave you a culture shock? Anything that surprised you compared to back home?
So I have one. Actually, the luggage delivery, I didn't see it in any country I've been through. In Europe and also in Asia, so this was a culture shock for me.
Which luggage delivery do you mean? The one at the airport or like the Yamato? Or?
Between hotels. So we are sending our luggages. We came with huge luggages to Japan because we like to shop, and I really like to shop and get everything, kitchenware, tableware. So we've been with huge luggages. And the fact that we can send them between hotels and not, going around with huge luggages and make it messy, it's very convenient. It was a culture shock for me, actually.
So how does it work? Explain the sending between hotels process to me, because I haven't sent anything between hotels before.
So you actually go to your the hotel reception, and you ask them to send to your next hotel, whether it's in Tokyo or at Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, whatever. And then they call you pay, of course, and they send you to those luggages to your next hotel, and it's very convenient.
So is it like Yamato, like the little cat that holds another cat?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, oh, okay. And you said kitchenware, tableware. What's like the most creative item you guys have bought? What did she buy?
She liked to buy actually the noodles for the ramen noodles, how you say...
Colander.
Oh, like the strainer, colander?
Yeah. Actually. And also, a lot of chopsticks and nice bowls for miso soup and stuff like that. I actually cook at my home, so I'm not working at cooking, but that's my hobby, so I bought a lot of things from here.
Oh, so what is like the weirdest, most creative item you already bought and are sending around? Anything big or bulky or?
Actually, no big or bulky, but we bought food samples. So a lot of them, but I find it really nice to give to people as a gift. And
what food samples are we talking about?
There's a huge
fake food.
Fake food.
Fake food, from the plastic or something. I don't know what it's made of, but it looks so nice, in all the restaurants you see it in Japan. It's so cool.
So fake food.
Yeah, it's called, I think in Japanese, food sample, so that's why I said food sample, but I bought a tiny nigiri and also a cube of Kobe beef, so it was nice.
Magnate. With magnet you can put on the refrigerator and stuff.
So it's Kobe beef to put on your fridge.
Yeah.
But in the fridge, on your fridge.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That's a very good culture shock. What is your culture shock?
Wow, a lot of stuff. First of all, I think the huge train stations, in Shibuya and Tokyo Station, where it's just massive amount of people walking through you, and it's it was a shock in the beginning, and until we started to get along with the trains and all the thing, we confused a lot, and went lost in the stations and stuff, so it was the shock.
Which station is the worst to get lost in? Which one is the hardest?
I know the answer, actually. I think it's Tokyo Station. When we came here, we took hotel next to Tokyo Station because our first stop in Japan was Hakone. So we went to Tokyo Station and we just got lost there. Like, we didn't know where to exit or where our line and stuff like that. So it was crazy.
Tokyo Station.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, Tokyo Station. Shibuya also, it's pretty very confusing.
Can you tell me like a big difference between Japan and Israel?
Okay, there is a huge difference that in Israel everything is messy and everyone is rude and everyone is like there is a Hebrew word chutzpah. Everyone is like rude. They will push you if they need to go somewhere. In Japan, everything is in order and everything is clean. Nobody will leave their drink on the sidewalk or stuff like that. So there's I think the most difference. Biggest difference. But in both places, people are kind and willing to help.
Aww. I like that you added the same. This is the same. What's different and what's the same?
Wow, I think it's totally different. It's like yin and yang, It's but in Israel, you feel like you can do everything. You don't really feel like there's strict manners or stuff like that. You can just do anything you want, and nobody will look at you like it's not appropriate or something like that. And in Japan, we really need to follow the rules and act as Japanese, and sometimes it's a little irritating, but most of the time it's nice. And I think it's really cultural difference. So it's nice to experience the other side of in Japan.
Even after 10 years in Japan, I still get new culture shocks, and one of them was actually that the company will take all of their employees together to go do Hatsumode, which is the first prayer at a shrine. So that is one thing I have not done before, but some companies do it, and I think it's a nice idea to get everyone together to pray for good stuff to happen in the new year. There's another new stuff or new video you should check out, and that's the one up here. I'm sure you will love it. Thanks for checking out Ask Japanese. Don't forget to like and leave a nice comment. Bye!